So now if we were to flick this lever, as you can see, the door opens right up. You gotta Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Waz, and today I'm going to be showing you how to build a vault door in Buildable for Treasure. Now guys, by vault door, I mean like the swinging door mechanic. So I'm just going to open this thing up for you. So as you can see, this door just swings open. It's a little bit glitchy, but that's just because this is quite a like a thick door here. So yeah, as you can see, we can walk right over pretty easy. There's a little bit of a gap, but everything is easily fixed. So yeah, that's actually really all I have to say about this thing. So without any further ado, let's get straight into how to build it. Alright guys, to build this thing, you are going to need scale tool. You don't need screwdriver, you don't need bind tool. All you need is scale tool. That's the only tool you'll need. I mean, I know it's kind of expensive. It's what, 9,000 gold? Yep. It's kind of expensive, but that is what you're going to need to build this thing. So yeah, to get started, we're going to go ahead and if you want, you can turn anchor block off. If you do not have the screwdriver tool, if you do not have it, don't turn anchor block on, but if you do have it, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to be building with anchor block on because I do have the screwdriver tool. So we're just going to place a block on the ground and we're just going to scale it out into a little platform. Now guys, if you are adding this to a pre-built room, the top of this platform is going to be your floor level, so just keep that in mind. It doesn't need to be very high, only a few blocks like this. So once you have this, I'm actually just going to make it a little wider, and oh wait, it's a little bit off. Let's just do half a block more. There we go. So what we're going to do now is we're going to place a piston facing the side that you want the door to be on. So you can either do it here or here. You can do it on either side, but then you're just gonna, on the other side, you're gonna place a piston facing inwards. So you could either do it like this, or you could do it like this here. So you could also do it like this. It doesn't matter which side you do it. It just it just depends on which way the door swings. If you do, basically this is the way the door swings, like that, okay? It goes from this piston to this piston, so just keep that in mind. So now, once we have this, we're going to go ahead and we're just going to place upward facing hinges on each of these pistons, just like this. So once we have this, we're actually just going to place the block, whatever block you want on here. Get out our scale tool, and then we're going to set it to 0. So you press this little plus icon, set your scale to 0, and then what we're going to do is we're going to click this block that we just placed, and we're going to make sure that it's not touching that piston, just like this. So as you can see, it is not touching the piston. Then also make sure that it's not touching this wall. This isn't going to be the actual door block, just keep that in mind. So then we're just going to bring this down a bit like that, and then we're going to scale this out just like this over to this other hinge, just like this. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to scale this in a bit so that this piston, it's not touching this piston. So now we have our base block just like this. So now that we have this, we can actually build our door now on top of it. So this is going to be our door. We can just make this a bit taller like this. And since it's a vault door, you might as well make the door kind of thick like this so that no one can get in, just like this. And we can also scale this platform up a bit. Be careful if you're using anchor block off. It could be a bit buggy if you try to move this platform. So yeah, now that we have this, make sure that it's not touching any parts of the door at all. Just make sure it's pretty close. It's got to be close, but it can't be touching, just like this. So now once we have this door done, what we can do is we can work on the other side, and it's pretty much the same thing. You're just going to want to place a block, scale it up, make sure it's not touching any part of the door, make sure it's about the same level, and then you can just scale this out like this. And then once you have that, you can just scale it out, and that's going to be your ground platform. Now guys, at the start, if you remember me saying that there was a little gap here, if you want to fix that, you can just put a little block underneath this little piston, and then scale it up a tiny bit, just about that much. That's about as much as you can do. Make sure it's not touching this gray part, and that's about as much as you can do with this part. So now we have the door, but of course we need a door frame, or people can just walk around the door. So now we're just gonna go ahead and do this. And by the way guys, everything after you make this door, you can make it look like whatever you want. You can make it look like a hidden bookshelf sort of thing, like that one video I did, but you could just make like a swinging version. That's a pretty cool idea. And yeah, so let's just keep building this door frame. Again, make sure none of this is touching the door. It can be close, but it can't be touching. So let's just see, is this good? Yep, that's good, just like that. And then we can also go ahead and place a block here, and then let's go ahead and there we go. Make sure that this is not touching that piston too much. Okay, that should be fine. So we can just scale this up and make sure it's not touching the door. I think it is, so let's just move this over a little bit. Is it good yet? Nope. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we got that. Now let's just make these edges look a bit nicer. Make sure that this is all evened out and doesn't look all weird and lopsided. Just make sure it looks like a solid door frame, no weird edges. So now, once we have this, if you guys are building this anchored, actually first what we're going to want to do is we're just going to place a lever down, and then you can go ahead and save this slot in whatever door you want. I'm going to save it in door 2, and you guys can go ahead and now once you save it, you can unanchor it, and you can test out your door. Now guys, if it works like this, you see this is much better than that first one I showed you guys. It opens smoothly. There's not much of a gap there, and it's just a very cool thing to add to your builds or whatever you're doing. So yeah, now that you have this done, I'm going to add just a little bit of like decoration to this because you're gonna want a little bit of decoration maybe if you're making a bank sort of themed thing. So let's just make this a little bit, make that wider, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add these little like bumps in the door so that it looks kind of like a vault door. I don't know if I don't know, this is just a cool, whatever you want. This is just personal preference, however you want to decorate this. So again, make sure none of the door is touching anything that's not part of the door, if that makes any sense. Oh wait, I only need to do this on one side, I just realized. Okay, there we go. So I'm just adding these little like bumps just to make it look, I don't know, it just makes it look better in my opinion. So we can go ahead and add these little sort of like edges to the door. If this kind of looks like a bookshelf door, you could again make this a hidden bookshelf door. If you were to make this frame go back a bit, maybe hide it, make the same material as the wall, you guys could actually make a pretty decent bookshelf door with this mechanic. So now, once we have all this, let's just do one more, like, right here. I know this isn't the most perfect thing, but it doesn't matter that much, because this is just for example, but you guys probably don't want to don't be this sloppy when you're making it. So there we go. Now we have this, so let's just go ahead and color this, make it kind of a cool color, give these a little bit of a gray color, and now let's just make ourselves a little bit of, like, a light, so that this thing looks... It just looks like a dangerous door. You do not want to go past this door. This is a bad door to go past. So just maybe make some little lights on this, just like this. There we go. And you guys could add security cameras or some cool stuff, whatever you want. And there we go, we can do this. Let's just put like a different color one. Let's just do yellow here because that seems to match the sort of color thing, I guess. So there we go. We have ourselves this little door. It doesn't look perfect, but it does look like a vault door, especially if you added like a camera. So now we can just go ahead and put our goodies back here. So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and make ourselves a little bit of a pedestal, and on top of this pedestal, we're gonna put our most prized possession, our loaf of bread, just like this. And now we have most of the door done. This is all I'm gonna be building. You could, of course, build a room around this. So then, if we flick the lever, oh wait, I forgot something. I think one of these might be no, wait, I anchored it. So make sure you have it all unanchored before you do this. So now if we were to flick this lever, as you can see, the door opens right up. We got ourselves our bread, and then you flick the lever again and it closes right up, nice and easy, just like that. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this, found it helpful, whatever. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.